it any organization, company, or country, everyone needs a good leader. Followers are found a lot, but it is very difficult to get a good leader. A good leader is one who can set a good example for others, who is enthusiastic, ambitious, determined, and can encourage others, and has the ability to teach as well as learn. Indian healthcare sector is growing rapidly. Along with providing employment, the healthcare sector is also generating substantial revenues. India is fully capable to emerge as the healthcare leader in the whole world. We can say this because due to COVID, we have seen so many positive changes in the healthcare sector, which may change the look of the sector completely and can give also a better output. As I said, leaders are really not found those that easily. So in MediCircle, we are featuring the Top Healthcare Leaders series, wherein we are talking about the contribution of these leaders and their journey for the common people so that they can to be inspired as well as be aware of the recent updates of the healthcare sectors. Hello, my name is Smita Kumar and you're watching MediCircle. Today in this Top Healthcare Leader series, we are going to talk to Mr. Satish Kannan. Satish Kannan is a pioneer in the online healthcare industry with a singular focus to bring a paradigm shift in the healthcare industry. He has in relatively short period of time ushered his organization to a leadership position. He is well on his way to achieving his goal of making high quality healthcare accessible to everyone across the nation. Post that, Satish began his entrepreneurial journey in the healthcare sector to make high quality healthcare accessible over to 1 billion people in India. Currently, he's leading the helm of affairs as co-founder and CEO at Medibuddy, India's largest and most trusted digital healthcare platform. Prior to this, SK, as he's commonly known, Satish was also the co-founder and CEO of Doxa. It's a 24/7 online doctor consultation platform that merged with Medibuddy in June 2020. Satish's achievements have been acknowledged by Forbes. He has been featured in the Forbes 30 Under 30 list 2017 Asia and Forbes 30 Under 30 list 2018 India for his contribution to this Indian healthcare sector. Recently, he also won the title of Young Achiever of the Year at National Awards for Marketing Excellence 2020. In his free time, the former IITian loves to read books, travel, and practice yoga. Hi, Satish. Welcome to MediCircle.
Yeah, hi, Smita. Thank you for inviting us. Great to be here.
So to begin with, Satish, notable names have entered the Indian healthcare sector, like some of them being Amazon, Reliance, and Tata. Will not having a similar association affect Medibuddy?
Okay, so what we need to first of all understand is, see, we have been the first movers in the digital healthcare space, right? We started working on, let's say, telehealth and telemedicine as early as 2015. I left Philips and then was evaluating how we can bring in, let's say, healthcare and technology together. And that is when we started out. And we have been helping a lot of people across the country access good quality healthcare. It can be a doctor, it can be a pharmacy, it can be a lab, all through the same platform. So in a way, we have sort of been the first movers and we have been the category creators, right? We created this category, but today looks like digital healthcare and online healthcare is actually accepted and people consider that it is the norm going forward. But let's say when you go back 4 years ago or 5 years ago, it was still at a very nascent stage. So we strongly believe that because of our first mover advantage, as well as being category creators, we understand the nuances of this business very, very well. And we're also very happy that a lot more companies as well as large players are entering this. And what will generally happen is a lot of these, let's say when new companies come into the ecosystem, the awareness that is created for the category, as well as the experience that the customer would get, would also increase significantly with time, right? And fundamentally, if you ask me, see, I personally don't really worry so much about competition. Even when we started out, there are many other companies, right? Maybe it is not, it is whether it's big or small is a different question. But the number of people in the ecosystem, or let's call it competition, or similar companies doing similar services, it has always been there. It is always there. It has always been there. Today we have, and tomorrow we'll have more, right? And fundamentally, what I've understood is we have not worried so much about competition. We are worried a lot about Are we providing the right solution to the customer? Are we taking care of their needs and their requirements? And as long as we have followed that, when we started, actually, we were the smallest player in the market, right? Today, I think we are the largest player in the market. We are larger than the second player by at least 3 times. And this is pure revenue, right? On size and scale, we are like 3 times bigger than the second player, 6 times bigger than the third player. So this clearly shows that we have not worried so much about competition. We are always worried more about customer. And as long as we continue to do that, I think we should be in good stead. And healthcare is a platform which is built over time, primarily because trust plays an important role in healthcare, right? When you buy a mobile phone or when you're buying your items at home, the kind of expectation as well as the trust requirement is different. But at the same time, when you're going to take your mother or grandmother or family member for a health related episode, it can be a doctor, it can be labs, the amount of trust as well as the amount of concern that you personally have is very, very high. So all of these are the nuances of the industry, which we understand very well. And we strongly believe that we'll be able to continue to help a lot more people along this.
Sure.
So that's why we don't worry so much about the competition. It's good for the sector, and there'll be a lot more awareness that is getting created.
Sure. So Satish, this June, Medipati received a $3.4 million funds. So what are the future plans for the company?
Okay, so no, this one's primarily for some specific investments in scaling our internal doctor and network base, the patient base, as well as on the product and technology. And of course, we did a series B some time ago, and the recent round. It's not a round; it's primarily for a specific reason, and that will help us to continue to keep the growth that we have.
Oh, that's great to know. So again, a question related to your funding itself. Like till now, Medipati has raised a $67.1 million in funds. So how do you plan to compete against biggest players with big pockets? As you say that you don't, care so much about the competition, but as the fundings are increasing, even others are also getting good funds. So
correct.
How this fund is actually going to help you against fighting against these biggest players, big players, and also with big pockets?
No, correct. Maybe I'll elaborate a little more on what we just now talked, right? So let's look one by one, right? One, today, where do we stand, right? I think today, by far, we are the largest player in the digital healthcare category, and we'll continue to keep this market leadership and continue to help a lot more patients across the country. Yeah? That's one thing. So at least as we stand, we are very large in the process. Two, what is the key differentiation? I think whenever there's a lot more competition in the market, you have to think from the point of view, what is your key differentiation? In a way, if you look at Medibuddy, why we are very different is we have an end-to-end platform. What does that mean? A customer can come and talk to a doctor online. That means he can do a video call. He can also book an appointment and go to the physical hospital. Let's say you want to go to Apollo Hospital or Medanta Hospital or one of the hospitals for physical appointment, because everything cannot be done online. So whatever you can do it online, you'll do it online. Whenever you need to transition to the offline, we'll help you. We personally run close to 250 clinics. So we clearly understand how online works, how offline works. In offline, you can go to the hospital, you can go to one of our clinics in the process. And in fact, we even run like close to 90 ambulances, right? So we understand that also very well. Then when you come to pharmacies, we have got partners across the length and breadth of the country, right? So we are right from Jammu Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from left to right. We have got pharmacies. We also help in getting blood tests done. It can also be PATH. PATH means somebody will blood test. Somebody will come to your house, pick up your blood sample. If it is X-ray, MRI, we can also help you get, it's called radiology. We can help you get that also done. And all the way till in case you want to get admitted in a hospital. Because you know, right? A lot of people will have a health problem. You might do it online, then you do it offline. And then if the problem is very complicated, after the blood test and after all the lab tests, you might be asked to do a surgery or an operation, right? It's essentially the necessary of a health journey of a person. So if it's not solvable using, let's say, medication, you might have to, at the necessary point, do surgery or procedures. So on Medibuddy, you can start with an online doctor, you can go to pharmacy, you can go to labs, you can even get admitted in a hospital and we'll help you. Now, this is essentially what is called as end-to-end platform. Most of the other platforms that you might hear about and see about today start with one of them. They might be very strong in pharmacy, or because they understand e-commerce very, very well. So they're very focused on pharmacy and then inventory management and all of that in the process. That's one. And even for them, the challenge is that they are not marketplace. So hence they have to build their own infrastructure in every city. So example, if one of these players is strong in North India, for South India, they won't be able to work with another partner because they would not be able to work with another partner because they have to work independently, right? For a person like MediBuddy, I can work with one partner in pharmacy in the North, one partner in pharmacy in the South. So in a way, get larger coverage. So it's an end. So today we are market leader. Two, we are end to end. So very difficult for somebody to be able to compete unless they can also do online. They can also get you admitted to a hospital and then bring you back into the loop. And then at all points of time, what we have also done is there's a very strong network that we have built, which is also very difficult actually to switch on, switch off unless you have built it over this time. Example, I will say, right? Today, we have close to 90,000 doctors on the platform, right? We have 7,000 hospitals who integrate into our platform for consultations all the way till surgery in the process. We have got like 3,000 diagnostic centers. So like lab tests, right? So all the way from the length and breadth of the country, if we can diagnostic tests are there, it can be at home, it can be at center. We have got close to like 2,500 pharmacies, right? So both online and offline. So online players also are on our platform. Offline players, like if you know locally, they're very strong players. It can be Wellness Forever for in West. It can be Apollo has got all the chain. It can be Star Sundar in East. Different of these offline stores, they are also on our platform, right? So in a way, if you look at it, all of these partners have integrations into our platform, which means as a customer, it is not just one of these companies, because only when they have infrastructure, warehouse in that city, they will be able to deliver. In our case, we have length and we have service availability across the length and breadth of the country. So we call it network strength. So all of these are the key reasons why we are very, very different. And these are all differentiated from a customer's experience point of view. And of course, I'll repeat the same line, which is what at all points of time, focus on the customer. As long as you have been able to provide him a holistic solution at the right price across the length and breadth of the country for all his problems, you will actually be the first port of call for him. And we also know, right, in healthcare, it is not necessarily discount driven. Healthcare is heavily trust driven, right? You don't actually change. You might actually decide to buy mobile phone on one platform today and change and buy the next mobile phone on another platform. You may not really worry so much about that, but you don't change your doctor like that, right? Just because the doctor is, let's say, even if you were going to a doctor and he was in, let's say, 5 kilometers away from you, and then let's say he shifted his clinic, he went 10 kilometers away, you would still drive and go 10 kilometers, which you may not do so much with any other services, which is why building trust as well as customers also look at it from the point of view that healthcare is a specialist job. And then that's also why MediBuddy continues to be the market leader today. And we believe focusing on the customer and ensuring that we provide what is relevant for the customer and take care of his healthcare needs, we should continue to be leader. So that's essentially how we are thinking about it. And we believe we should be able to continue to help a lot more people get good healthcare.
Definitely. So one quick one, Satish, there, like as you both, you and Desker had quit their jobs to start DocSapp. So what advice will you give to people who are willing to make the same transition?
So I strongly believe starting up is very good. Initially, there are a lot of challenges because maybe we were in very good jobs, right? I went to IITs, we got like really good roles and really good jobs. We worked at good companies. But the idea was to see how we could make a larger impact on a lot of people. And then I believe that the kind of problems that we have in this country in the healthcare space, at least I had a lot of interest in healthcare. So the idea was to work only in healthcare. So what I would suggest is, one, identify a problem that you believe is large enough, and then you relate to the problem, right? Because at the end of the day, every company exists because it is solving a problem for the customer. The customer can be different. It can be a hospital, it can be a doctor, it can be a patient, it can be a college, it can be anybody for that matter. But the idea is spend a lot of time trying to understand the problem very, very well, and make sure that the problem is a very large problem to solve, right? So that the ability to build a solution or a business in that area is pretty large, and then pretty much follow the customer. I think maybe that's the only point that I would say, which is how do you identify if the solution is working, whether you can grow, what new products you should launch next. It's pretty straightforward. Just follow the customer, and as long as you're doing what is good for the customer. When we started, all we did was chat with doctor. It was very small that time. Chat with doctor in very few departments. Then we brought more departments. It became general medicine, gynecology. We have like 18 plus departments now. And then chat became chat, call, video. Then we added medicine. Then we added labs. We added hospitals. We added clinics. We added ambulances. We added vaccinations. We added surgeries. So you are just following the customer, and every time customer tells me, hey, I got this, I was very happy about this, but how do I buy my medicines? Or how do I buy my lab? How do I get my vaccination, right? Vaccination is a very big thing. We provided close to 150,000 plus, okay, now like we're touching 2 lakh people we have vaccinated. So now, and we are, I think, by far the largest in the private space, helping people get vaccinations. So it is not something that we had as a, I would say, capability, right? But when a customer comes and tells you, hey, I need vaccination and please help me, it's up to you to see whether you can build the necessary infrastructure. And some of the money that we recently took is to just build up the infrastructure for providing vaccinations. So, which means what? Identify a large problem and then follow the customer and then ensure that his life is better. And as long as you're doing that, I think broadly you should be doing very well in the startup and in the business that you do. And it can be in any industry. It can be education, it can be healthcare, it can be financials, it can be anything. Retail, it can be fashion, it can be anything. But you just have to ensure that you follow the customer and do what is right for him.
So that's some cool advice from Satish, that you need to follow your customers and also understand the problem, and your solution should be fitting the problem, rather not the vice versa, that you have a solution and you don't have a problem for that, just the way like many startups are doing today. Thank you so much, Satish, for joining us today for this Healthcare Leader series. We wish you all the best. And as Medibuddy is solving some of the very important healthcare challenges of India, two, so I can definitely say, like, one is availability and the second is accessibility, because healthcare needs to be accessible and available. I also wish that it is also solving the third important challenge, that's affordability. So looking up to some more innovative solutions and offerings from Satish there. Really pleased to have you with us here today.
Thank you, Smita. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for inviting us. And it was great chatting with you. Thank you.